Paris at last.
Ah, Paris, city of romance. Don't you agree, James? James?
I'm sure he finds everything here romantic.
I rather enjoy these expressionist paintings, don't you?
Oh, oui. They are so, how you say, expressive.
Perhaps we could discuss art further on a dinner cruise on the Seine.
Oh, James, I would love that.
James, we have work to do, remember?
The Achilles missile requires a gantry for its launch. I suggest we search for a gantry.
I see cathedrals and skyscrapers, but no gantry anywhere.
What is this gantry you are looking for, eh?
A large structure of steel girders.
I don't see anything that looks like that.
James, we ought to be looking for the gantry.
Marcy and I will locate other places to search this evening.
And that's another thing. Dinner with this Marcy. I don't trust her. I can't quite put my finger on why.
How about putting your finger on this bow tie?
Here, let me.
I agree with Tracy, James. But if you still insist on seeing this Marcy, I've prepared a few devices that might be of use, just in case she's not what she seems. An innocent-looking loaf of French bread, which becomes a sword.
A bit sharp for my taste. What else do you have?
This beret is actually a landmine. You activate it by pulling its pom-pom.
Ah, that would blow my mind. Anything else?
Just these watches. Yours puts out a homing signal. Mine can track it.
Now that's useful. What does this button do?
I forgot to mention the acetylene torch. You can set it on a timer, too.
That should come in handy if dinner arrives cold.
James, don't go.
Do some sightseeing, and don't worry. I'll meet you at the Opera House at midnight. Wow, Marcy, you look terrific.
Why, merci, James.
Pardon, monsieur. Would you care for anything else?
Just some privacy, thank you.
What'd you learn, Dr. Derange? Nothing, blast it, except that the tips in this joint are terrible. As for young Bond, we must not take any chances.
Now, James, what would you like to talk about?
About who you really are. This morning you mistook an impressionist painting for an expressionist. No real art student would make that error.
But I thought you...
And this sketch of me is in ink, but all you had was a pencil. So you must have brought it to identify me with. Tell me, Marcy, what are you really after?
It does not matter, young Bond. In a moment, no one will be able to identify you.
Sorry, but I have this burning thirst.
Do not clear away yet, monsieur. That was just the appetizer. And now for dessert, you will taste defeat.
And this is how you get your kicks.
We French call it savate, fighting with defeat. Papa taught me.
Let me guess. Papa's with the French police.
Oui, I am trying to help him find that warhead.
Interesting coincidence. We're looking for it as well.
I know. My papa got word from Mr. Mitchell this morning. That is why I was on the hovercraft.
There they are, by the left bank.
Quickly, I not only know the streets of Paris, I also know the sewers. Who is this Dr. Derange?
A scientific genius and quite insane. He wants scum to rule the world.
To stop such madmen is why I wish to be a secret agent. I thought if I help Papa solve this case... Oh, no! We have lost them! Oh, James, I am so sorry. Some spy I will become. Maybe I should just stick to showing tourists the Eiffel Tower.
That's it. The Eiffel Tower. The perfect entry for the missile. Marcy, do you know which sewer leads to it?
But of course, follow me.
Midnight and no sign of James. We better find a gendarme.
Hey, never mind that. Let's call a cop.
I'll explain later.
James, look.
Ha! I did not need those plans the skullcap lost. I have armored the warhead myself.
He really is a mad scientist. He even talks to himself.
I shall raise this missile into the Eiffel Tower and fire it at Moscow. France will be blamed, and the perestroika will go up in a cloud of nuclear smoke.
Let's go. We've seen enough.
You say too much. Look who I've got!
Young Bond, again?
Sorry, I just can't seem to stay away.
Always with a snapper retort, eh, Bond? Skullcap, send them to the missile. We will see how amusing Moscow finds you. If they find anything...
Hey, what you doing?
Just setting my watch to Moscow time, old boy.
You want to know what time it is when you blow up?
Don't worry. By now, IQ has the police tracking us.
You see? Homing device. Home-ing.
Oh, IQ, they don't understand. Doesn't anyone remember anything from French class?
I think the word for bad dude is voleur. See, we're after voleurs. We follow this. You arrest voleurs, okay? Right, my man. I mean, we. See, they understand. Huh? Hey, what's going down?
Congratulations, Gordo. I think we've just confessed to stealing watches.
It is done. 60 seconds to launch. 59, 58.
This is good. This I love.
36, 35.
James, do something.
I will in about 2 seconds.
James, what are you doing?
Disconnecting the guidance system. I hope.
No, this elevator is too slow. We will never get off this in time.
Now, Marcy, you'll make it. Going down, miss?
3, 2, 1, lift off! Something has gone wrong. This missile is not heading for Moscow. My beautiful warhead, wasted on empty space.
All right, Derange,
We are too late.
Young Bond, you have embarrassed me one time too many. But we will meet again. And the next time, I will make you pay for your impudence.
Don't you just hate reruns? This was quite an adventure, don't you think?
I suppose so. I will release your friends tout de suite, Monsieur Bond.
Before he does, I want to say au revoir and thank you.
James, are you okay?
Oh, the poor dear. Our being arrested must have really shaken him.
Offhand, I'd say he looks not shaken, but stirred.
All right, come on now. Keep up the pace. We're almost there. Well, Mr. Bond, you don't look tired at all.
I feel like I've only just begun, Mr. Mitchell.
Mr. Bond, I'd like a moment. I want to let you know that with the nuclear threat over, our trip to Paris is back on.
Excellent, sir.
And I expect you to keep out of trouble, Mr. Bond. Try to learn a bit about art. and go and see the Eiffel Tower.
I shall, sir. I understand it's a real blast.